Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbangers Kitchen. My name is Sahil, I'm a death metal musician and I'm also the author of the recipe book called Keto Life, out now worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, lunch. It's an important meal in the day and I've got a simple and easy lunch for you today. Beef and broccoli, the classic combination. And I've already done a beef and broccoli recipe like a stir fry. You can click here on the I button and check that out. But today we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to use ground beef and make some delicious burger patties, and then we're going to saute the broccoli in those burger juices and it's going to be delicious. But anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my broccoli, and I'm going to cut the florets away from the broccoli stem. And I'm going to use a combination of my knife and my hands to get the job done. And of course, make sure you don't throw away the broccoli stem because that can be used in a number of recipes. I'll put all the information on the blog post. So for the hamburgers, I'm using 80-20 ground beef. That's 80% lean meat and 20% fat. This will ensure a nice juicy burger. Now it's time to get your kitchen scale and we are going to weigh out the meat for our burger patties. I'm going to make each burger patty about 115 grams. I think that's an ideal size. So weigh out the meat, and then I'm going to use this nifty burger making tool that I have. So you just put the meat in that, you squish it down and the patty pops right out. But if you don't have one of these, don't worry, you can just shape them by hand. A rustic hand-shaped patty has its own charm. Now to make my burgers, I'm using my cast iron skillet and I'm going to heat up some avocado oil in that. Now you can use a non-stick pan, you can use a stainless steel pan, you can even do this on the grill. But for me, the cast iron is the perfect tool for burgers. So once that oil is smoking hot, I'm going to put my burger patties into the pan. And I'm immediately going to hit it with some salt and some black pepper. Because remember, we haven't seasoned the meat, so I'm just doing it in the pan. I find it much easier. Anyway, you are going to let this cook for about 3 to 4 minutes on a high heat, and the patty will develop a delicious brown crust. And you don't really need to do anything. You don't need to fiddle around with the meat. Don't play with your meat, ladies and gentlemen. After about 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to flip those patties over. And oh yeah, look at the crust on those babies. Anyway, I'm going to hit this with a little bit of salt immediately because we didn't season this side, though I should have. And then on goes a slice of cheese on each burger patty. And then I'm just going to cover it with the lid and let that cheese melt. After about a minute, take that lid off. You can see the cheese has melted. Our burgers are probably going to be cooked all the way through. And then there's nothing to do except remove it from the pan. Now you're going to notice that there is a lot of residual oil in the pan. We don't need so much oil, so I'm going to pour that oil right out, get the pan back on the stove, and then in goes my broccoli. And then I'm going to add some water as well, about a tablespoon or so, and then I'm just going to cover the broccoli with a lid and let it cook for about 4 minutes. The idea here is that the broccoli is going to steam and become nice and tender. Of course, make sure you open it up halfway through the cooking, give it a good mix, make sure nothing is sticking or burning, and once your broccoli is done cooking, it's just a few more things to do. And after a few minutes of cooking, my broccoli is as tender as I like it. So what I'm going to do is throw a nice big knob of butter in the pan, and now I'm going to hit that broccoli with some everything bagel seasoning. Now the everything bagel seasoning is basically a generic mix of stuff. It has some onion, garlic, sesame seeds, poppy seeds and other spices. I'll leave a link to purchase this in the blog post on headbangerskitchen.com. But if you can't get your hands on this, you can use any seasoning that you like. Just salt, just pepper, maybe some paprika, maybe some cumin. It's completely up to you. I like the flavor of this, so I'm using it. So anyway, give it all a good mix. Taste your broccoli to make sure that it's cooked perfectly and has enough salt as well. And if you're okay with it, your broccoli is done and ready. Now I'm just going to serve up my beef and broccoli. So I'm going to put those burger patties onto my plate, one on top of the other. I'm gonna top it with some gherkins and then just surround that beef with the broccoli. And it looks so good, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your beef and broccoli lunch done and ready. Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed that recipe. I mean, what's not to like? Beef? Good. Broccoli? Good. So if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button and do subscribe to Headbangers Kitchen for more awesome keto recipes. And of course, hit that bell icon so you get notified, because it's very clear that you're not being notified when I upload a new video. Anyway, that's enough jibber jabber from me. I will see you on another episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Do you know that we have Headbangers Kitchen merchandise available? Like this awesome t-shirt that I'm wearing. Look just below this video for a merch shelf, or in the video description box you can find links to purchase our merchandise. So go and pick up a Headbangers Kitchen t-shirt for yourself. Anyway, if you just want more keto recipes, click here. Or if you'd like to listen to some of my music, click here. Cheers.